Welcome back, and today we're changing oil on my 2006 Volvo V50 T5, only 68,000 kilometers. I've done already quite a few times oil change in the last 3 years since I got this nice vehicle, and I thought, you know what, it's time to post a video. To get to the oil filter, we'll have to undo this air intake duct. And to undo it is much easier than putting those pipes back together. There is 3 pieces here, and this 36 millimeter socket with some flex extension and a 3/8 ratchet. You can undo the housing for the oil filter. You want to make sure that you undo the filter first before you drain the oil, because there is a valve which doesn't let the oil drop, so it keeps it in the system. That's the procedure. First we undo the oil filter. This is the last piece that you might want to take out, pretty easy, of the air filter housing. I like to use a rag to minimize the mess here when pulling out the filter. Once you remove all the pipes, there is a lot of room here to work. For some reason the filter remained in the housing there. I change strictly the oil every 6,000 kilometers or 6 months. As you can see, the oil here will disappear later once we open the oil pan plug. I'll show you later. And while in here, behind the housing is the PCV box, the separator. And what I found is that this PCV hose that goes from the top valve cover is actually broken, completely separated. So that was a good eye to catch this problem. I don't know how long I've been driven like that, and I found this is the part number that's needed. And if you Google it, you will see that it's a little bit of a different design. So that's definitely on order to repair. Next, I will remove the splash guard, which takes 2 8mm bolts and 5 Torx 30. I am missing 1 Torx because some of the plastic is broken. Remember, this car, it has a rebuild status and it wasn't perfectly put together. You can watch, I'm gonna put a link on the screen right now when I got the car, in what condition. 17mm wrench to undo the drain plug, and this is exactly 6,200 kilometer oil, pretty dark, but still, I guess, in good condition. It's not 15,000, I think it's too much, 15,000 interval change, so I do it more frequent. This is a religious subject, so we're gonna leave it alone. You can do whenever you want. Another thing is that I like to drain the oil for a few hours. So I'm gonna close down, go home, have lunch, do whatever I want to, and then later in a few hours I will come back. While the oil is draining, we can prepare the new filter. We wanna remove the used gasket on the filter housing. This is a good brand for filters, MAN filter. Some of them are made in Germany, some of them are made in Mexico. I think this one is made in Mexico. You want to make sure that you lubricate the new O-ring however you want. Make sure it's nicely lubed so it doesn't tear when you screw the cap into the housing. And you want to put it in the correct groove, and the new filter, you want to press it in just like that. So this one is made in Bosnia and Herzegovina in Europe. As you can see, the oil is gone, and now we can screw in the new filter, and I think it's 25 Newton meters on the cap, but I go, once it bottoms out, that's as much as you want to go. Don't overdo it. Bottoms out, you're done. Now remember, the oil is still draining and we're already putting the new filter in. The 3-piece Lego set, the bottom piece just clicks in pretty easy, but these top pieces are always a pain, honestly, a pain. So they have like tabs that hold the pieces together, and finally I managed to do it here in one shot, and it's in position. Don't forget the 2 bolts, 8mm, one on the side, one on the top, and you're done here. We have to use a new aluminum washer for the drain plug. I have like 25 of them. I buy them in bulk because we're doing a couple of Volvos here on my driveway. So make sure you use a new washer. So this is after approximately 3 hours. It's fully drained. We can reinstall the plug. We can lubricate a little bit the threads here. And a 17mm socket. You wanna tighten, you're gonna feel the washer crush. Once it's crushed, you wanna stop. Don't overdo it here. That's more than enough. My splash guard has damage, but it's gonna cost a lot of money to replace it. I think it will do for now, so we'll keep it. Some oil specification: total volume 5.8 liters, and it's a 1 liter between minimum and maximum on the dipstick. 5W30 Mobil 1, the first jug goes in. Total 4.7 liters. What I like to do is put in 5.7 liters and then adjust the level over a few morning periods. This way I reach the maximum mark, I never overfill, and I drive maximum the next 6,000 kilometers. So one jug is in at 4.73, and I'm gonna add another 1 liter, totaling 5.7. This will be a safe capacity. It's not gonna be under minimum or over maximum. And in the morning I can always check the dipstick, add a little, and then adjust it to the maximum on the dipstick. I also remember to check the air filter for the engine, and good that I did. It's a super easy and simple job here. Just unscrew the 2 Phillips screws, pull out the filter element, and the seal, I'll show you later how to properly put it back so it doesn't get lost or it doesn't get kinked. And what I like to do is put a date on the filter and take a look. It was done exactly 20,000 kilometers, exactly 1 year ago. And I also like to check here the condition. It's pretty dusty. I wouldn't say horrible, but I think it's time to replace it. It's full of sand and dust. Brand new MAN filter, same brand. This one I think is made in Germany. We'll open it up and we'll check it out. And I did a mistake. It's actually 68,000 kilometers. I'll have a video for reference, so not a big deal. I will post it a bit later. And yes, made in Germany. probably the same manufacturer for Volvo. So first of all, we're gonna reposition the seal around the housing, and it's really annoying that it constantly falls out, so be careful. And this will definitely prevent some water if you're washing the engine. It will prevent some extra dust and water to get into the housing. Super easy installation. Screw the screw back. The oil I will drain into the empty jugs and recycle it properly. All done. We're gonna start the engine, make sure there is no low oil warning sign on the dash, which shouldn't be. And honestly, it feels very satisfying to do your own oil changes. You know you did it right, you know you drained it well for a few hours. I feel satisfied doing this job myself. What about you guys? This will be definitely fixed next. It must be addressed ASAP. The XC70 got the same oil change a week ago. The Volvo 240 is in storage. This is the next morning before going to work. Wipe down the dipstick, reinsert it. So the car stood overnight. Let's check. 5.7 liters brought us only not even halfway on the dipstick. So I will add another 400 milliliters and recheck it the next day to make sure I will reach maximum level. That's the way I do it. Comment if I could do anything better. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.